G'day and welcome back to an early look at surviving Ceres. At least that's how I think it's pronounced. G'day and welcome back to an early look at surviving Ceres, or at least that's how I think it's meant to be pronounced. This is a survival, crafting, base building, colonist management game. The game is releasing on the 3rd of May, in just a day or two from the time of upload, and the developer was kind enough to send me a free review key so I could have a look at it and promote it for them. So let's jump on in and have a look. New game. Name your pilgrim. Well, that's easy. Name your game save. Nothing original here. Does it accept? Yes, it accepts characters. Basic save. There we go. Very original. Difficulty settings. Right. Okay, difficult multiplayers. Cool. Let's leave everything on normal, the way it's meant to be played. Oh, good lord. Okay, hang on. Optional starting rocket cargo. Your pilgrim always begins with the basics you need to survive. If this is your first trip to Ceres, I suggest you add nothing. Later, when you know what you need, you can call in a supply drop using the same funds. Right, cool. So that's replayability options, I guess. So if you're doing it again, you don't need to do quite as much scut work. I assume there's going to be some standard running around and hitting the functional equivalent of trees. But we will do as recommended, add nothing and hit launch. No timey-wimey wibbly bullshit. Alright. We're in. Mission objective. Locate the large flat plateau and place the hub to begin base construction. Tip, press tab by default to open your inventory, then place the hub in any quick slot. Do this by dragging, dropping, pressing the quick slot key while hovering over an item. Once in a quick slot, press that corresponding key to begin placing. Okay, pretty standard. What we have down the bottom left. We have health, air, food, water, stamina, and weight. Cool, right. Let's have a look. This is our hub, is it? Let's throw that down to the number 1 quick slot. Ooh, we've got a pickaxe. Harvesting ice and iron resource nodes, cool. Right, so we are in a rocket apparently. It currently has no fuel and can take 10 fuel. Right. Okay, automatic door. Do we have seats? So presumably we can refuel this at some point and fly around. Hard work beats talent. Sometimes. This must be our plateau over here. Okay. The footsteps are a touch loud for my liking. Let's see. Audio controls. Oh, thank God we can control all the footstep volume individually. Thank you, developer. This is basic shit that a lot of games can't get right. What do we got? Oh, it looks like there's some ice down there. Don't know what's down there, but it looks to be man-made with a flashy red light. What do we got here? Iron deposits. And an ice deposit. Okay, presumably that comes relevant shortly. Actually, we had a pickaxe in our inventory. Though I think we're also full up on weight. Yeah. So is this up the plateau over here that we're meant to be going to? I assume it is. I don't see anything else resembling a flat plateau. Could probably use a highlighter for something. Not bad. That's pretty cool. Right. So, yep, shift to run. And that uses up our stamina, but we need to get over to this plateau. I can't see the edge of anything because everything is all covered in white. In snow. Oh, apparently our air is dropping. That's not very good. You can see down the bottom left that we have, in addition to the air, some HP, food, water, stamina, and weight. Looks like our weight is pretty full up, and presumably that's all the habitat modules and things. Let's see if we can Oblivion Horse our way up the mountain here. Yes, oh, almost. We can get us up to a pretty steep angle at least. Oh, what's this thing? This is... oh, a supply pod. What's that got? That's got teleporters? which add a second level to your base, apparently. Cool. Doors, yeah, do door things. Basic refineries. One additional snap point, I assume that's how we connect bits together. More hubs and data pads. We've also got a data pad on it, but we're running out of air quickly. Huh. We can, oh yes, we can middle mouse to change the rotation of things. Let's get into a bit more of the center of this plateau. And pop that down. Cool. Mission objective, place down basic base constructor. Tip, you start with this in your inventory. You can place it anywhere inside your base. Okay, but how do I get in the base? I assume I need to stick a door in it. Where is this basic base constructor? Ah, there. But we also need the door, so if I put the door on this side, okay, that snaps to that. There we go, we're inside now, and we're still losing air. That's not good. Where does this go? Randomly on the floor. Mouse wheel says rotate. Yes, there we go. I guess we'll put it in this corner for the time being. Craft and place down machine constructor. Craft machine constructor, you must access the base constructor. Cool. Machine constructor. Ah, there we go. That needs 10 iron ore. What, was it 10 or was it more? It was 25. I misread that. But we're running out of air. I think I need to run back to the rocket and try and get some more air. Or this playthrough is going to be very short. God, I hope we've got some air in here, or this is going to end very quickly. Ah, yes, there is air in here. I assume that's what this thing is doing. And its friend over there. Alright, we are back up, and we needed iron. I thought we saw a pickaxe. Yes, we've got a pickaxe there. Ah, we've also got this data pad. Let's have a look at the data pad. Mission briefing. As the programmer says, your mission is simple. Establish the foundation for a viable human colony, then bring colonists in. Cool. You must explore, gather, craft, and build. You're not alone on Ceres, but we have determined that any life forms in the will not be hostile towards you. Cool. However, when we attempt to begin terraforming it in the past, the local life forms go aggressive. When this time comes, you must be ready to defend yourself. Okay, that's good. So it starts peaceful while you get a basic base set up. And then when the terraforming starts, you get to begin the fun stuff of shooting enemies. Gathering resources. Hair smashing resources, nice, cool. Hit things with stick. Then you can harvest deposits and plant drills. Before a drill is placed, you can hit the base of a deposit for 1 resource per hit. Oh, that's cool. No experience, but it's helpful if you need a particular resource. Base building and crafting. I think we've just gone through that. Powering your base. You'll need to power your base. You'll need to build and place a wireless power station module. Craft power generators, or bring them as supplies from Earth. Once these conditions have been met, you can interact with the power station to throw the breaker in the power room, bring the base online. When powered, each room has lights, but don't forget your flashlight if you fail to reach power before the first night. You can turn it on using the F key. Once you have power, you can begin to use facilities that require power, as shown as megawatts per hour in the description. Should you place a facility in a steady power production, the base will shut down and need to be reset once more power generators have been built. Use survival. Yep. Got to get air, food, water. To generate oxygen, you need enough power. Place an oxygen unit from a machine constructor, snap it to a hub wall. Create wall, you need a liquid processor. To create food, you need a basic farm. Cool. I think it's going to talk us through that, so let's clear that from the hotbar. Okay, we've got some water. We've got some potato seeds. Oh, we had an oxygen tank. Didn't see that earlier. That would have been helpful to know. Let's pop that in the hotbar in case. We have some MREs and we have some water. So that might come in handy very shortly. Then we've got mission control. Workshops. Ooh, cool. Like workshops. Right. Ooh, shit, we're running low on food already. Cool, we'll keep an eye on that and our water as we head back over to our base. What the fuck is that? And these things are non-hostile, allegedly. Well, for now. What is that? Fucking hell. Right. All the machine guns. This is going to turn into Starship Troopers very quickly. I knew... well, yeah, when they said enemies, I wasn't expecting giant insects the size of city blocks. Oh, fuck. Oh, you idiot. I ran straight past the iron nodes that were up next to the, what's it called? The rocket. Silly me. Fucking hell, that is huge. And we're gonna have to fight that at some point. Food is dropping down. Let's hit 5 and have an MRE. Which one of these was iron? Let's get a pickaxe out. I've selected pickaxe. Pickaxe? Ah, left click. Oh. There's no pickaxe animation. Oh, I've gained a level. And that's been destroyed. We now have 30 iron ore. Alright, let's run back. These insects are fucking massive. And that looks like it could be a tunnel. Jesus Christ, we're gonna need massive artillery. Alright. We're in the base. We need a machine constructor. Required materials iron by 25. Why is it showing as red? Do I need to put it in the inventory of the machine? Shift click. Transfer. Okay, that transfer worked. Require now craft 1. And that's going to take 10 seconds. Okay, this gets an animation at least. That's nice. Is it getting darker? Yes, it is. Let's get the machine constructor back out. Is there an easy way to transfer this? No, it doesn't appear to be. An unknown amount of shift or control works, so hopefully that's something the dev can come up with later. But it seems the game is in its final state ready for release. Right. I need to put the machine constructor on the hotbar. Right. F for flashlight. Okay. At least it tells you what side you need to access things for. So many games don't. Here for now. I assume I can just pick them up and move them at my leisure. Precision rotation. Oh, fucking hell, that started me for nothing. 4 key for some oxygen. Craft and place down a tool and power constructor. Tool and power constructor. That comes from here. What does that need? Iron ore by 25. Right. And we need 11 there. Okay, so is there somewhere I can get more iron from? Those things are disturbing me. Water's low. Let's get some water. Water and food seem to go really fast. Where I allegedly have levels, so fucking glowing eyes. That's oh my god, that is freaking me out so fucking much. And you can just hear it walking around. Yeah, level gained again, and now we run away. Running away. I assume that as we level up, we can get large capacities for food, water, and air and things. At least I hope so, because they seem to drain really fast. Right, so the machine constructor... right. The tool and power constructor contains essential tools such as the copper pick and power production arms such as solar panels. Cool, so what did we need to do? We needed to put the iron in this thing. And then we needed the tool and power constructor. Okay, we can get tools and things from in here as well. Decoration constructors, seed extractors. Right, let's grab that and pop it on the hotbar. I'm gonna have to rearrange this room to be a little more pretty, I guess. In a bit later. Can I just... how do I pick these things up? I assume there's a way. Maybe we'll talk about it later. Power up and bring the base online. You must craft and place down power producers and build a wireless power station from your base constructor to power your base. Base constructor this thing. So this is where the wireless power station is. Yes, and that needs 50 iron ore. Oh, great. Righto. Once you're producing power, flip the breaker inside the power room to turn it on. What do we have in here? Iron picks, copper picks, light poles. Oh, cool. Solar / lunar panels and deconstruction tools. Ah, that's what we were looking for. It needs 50 iron ore as well, though. Right. So, where is a more iron ore? If I can use the nodes, that should save us a bit of time rather than having to pick them up one by one. I think the nearest iron node might be back at the ship. So, I'm going to need to restock up on air. Actually, if I can get back into the rocket before I completely run out of air, I can save that oxygen tank. That'd be handy. 3, 2. Haha! Yes, nailed it. Oh, there's rocket storage there. It's nice to breathe again. So let's grab our pick and go after this iron deposit. I'll also grab the ice deposit while we're here. And again, I've gained another level. I'll just grab some more oxygen out of the room, and let's head back to the base. Is that an iron deposit there? If it is, it's probably worth a slight detour. That looks like a much bigger ice deposit. So that's handy. I think in the description of the game said that this was handcrafted, so it's not a procedurally generated map is my understanding. That's copper ore. Okay, not iron. Is that iron? Or more copper? It's hard to tell. Where... Yes, I think that is the iron, which we definitely need more of. Right, got that. And let's get power producers. Power up and bring the base online. So, I think what we had available at the moment was solar panels, which is not terribly helpful in the night. But if we could at least get things properly started, that'll be good. So, power producers and build a wireless power station. Right. So I assume the first thing to grab... Oh, crap. Needs copper ore. Okay. So, we do need to spend some of our iron on the copper pick. And then, what else did we need? We needed the wireless power station, which needs 50 iron ore, which we should be able to achieve. Yeah, there. Oh, 50 exactly. Perfect. While that's working, I'll grab the pick. Transfer that into a thing. Now then, did they have durability on the picks? Doesn't appear to be. Now, I wonder if the copper pick can harvest everything else. If it can, that's going to be very convenient. And I am absolutely fine with it not using durability. I'm honestly... durability is probably one of the things that annoys me most in most games, especially games that aren't solar. Not solar, survival crafting games. Don't like combat-heavy games that require them. I've never understood the need for combat games to have durability. That's annoying. Right. Let's place our wireless power doobie whacker. So that connects to there. Do I want it on this side? Eh. I think it's fine. Cool. That's on. And then we needed to go get copper. Yes, that's what we needed. Let's go back to the rocket to refill on air, and then we'll hit that copper node that was down the bottom. What's this resource node going to be? Oh, this is iron, is it? And I can just... I can use the copper pick to destroy that. Excellent. We needed more iron just in general. That's nothing, apparently. We won't pick up the ice, because I don't know if we'll have the capacity. We need that copper node up there. I assume there's other copper nodes, but that's just the closest one to me. I am looking forward to daytime, so I can actually see things, but at least the snow's calmed down a bit. And those beasties are in hiding. Which is good, as long... Oh, no, there they are. They light up lovely in the dark. Not terrifying at all. Now then, how much copper did I need for that solar panel? Interact. Solar panel needs 25 copper ore. I have 40. I'll stick that all in there. And we will craft one for now. Oh, it quenches. That's cool. Right. Grab the solar panel. Onto the hotbar. Right. Presumably this goes outside somewhere. Can I just stick it on the roof? For now, I will stick it on the roof. We have the deconstructor available in the menu. And it is starting to get to sun up. If this means that I can... Okay, there we go. So we don't need to do anything more to connect them by the looks of it. Power productions, 5 megawatts, consumption 0, status offline. Yes, base now online. Ooh, fancy. I like these. These look nice. Some of the stuff looks a little low res, like the tool and power constructor. And I don't mean res necessarily in amount of pixels, I mean like detail. For example, things like this look really pretty. But things like this, just one texture and some words. That could... Like, this bit, cool. Rest of it, bit bland. Alright, acquire the means to sustain your air, food, and water meters. You must snap an oxygen unit to any large hub walls to generate oxygen to grow food, basic farm. Food processed to cook raw foods, and seed extract to produce more seeds. Right, let's get some oxygen. Did I see oxygen somewhere? Not in here, apparently. Was that over in machines? Oxygen unit. Yes, there we go. And that needs 50 iron ore and 50 ice. We have 40 iron ore. We'll transfer that. And 41 ice, so we need more iron ore and ice. And we are already low on oxygen. Fortunately, that shouldn't be a problem too much longer. Now, I think there was ice over here, and there was the iron patch that we can apparently pick up one at a time from. So we just need to grab 10 off that. This place has some really crap weather. And it hides things like that in the snow. Right. There's 10 more of that gained. We'll have to get some drills on those shortly. Right, back to the pod. Back to the habitat. Alright, we are back. Let's get our oxygen. So, transfer the iron and the ice in. And order that to craft. Now what we need for an iron drill. A drill designed together from deep core iron nodes consumes 4 megawatts. What does that need to build though? 5 iron bars. Right, but what we need to make iron bars? Is that under... I don't know. I assume it will tell us shortly. Right, let's get that oxygen producer. And whack it on the wall. Oh, this legit just takes up an entire wall. Righto. Oh yeah, milestone complete. 5 million funding gained. And an achievement. I can breathe. You can finally breathe fresh air in your base. Awesome. Unit offline, no power. Crap. Oh, wow, that uses a total of 8. So we need another solar panel. Crap. And that needs more copper ore. Frick! Which means I need to go back to the shuttle for more oxygen. So I think, unless I can see another big copper node, I will have to go up there where we found the other one and just grab them manually, one at a time. Which, for now, is fine, but we definitely need to build our power production and... Wait, it was here. Where'd it go? Shoot. Okay, I need one of the other ones then. One of the ones that was up here, and those need to frick off. Yeah, there we go. Go away. Be off with you. I'm not looking forward to fighting those. Very much not looking forward to fighting them at all. Now then, what is this stuff? Is this the copper? Because it looks to have lost its lighting. Okay, that is copper. Cool. Ice there. I mean, I'm here. Might as well. Boom. Right, back to the base. Quick smart. Ah, whew, we've made it back. Right, what I need to do? I needed to build some more solar panels. Needing lots more copper. Transfer that over. Craft one. For now, might leave the copper in there in case it comes in handy in a moment. Right. Solar panel acquired. Pop that on the hot keys. So, and apparently, I think we can just stick these wherever we feel like. And they just work. That's why we need the big receivey tower, I think. So let's go test that. He's got a friend. I don't like it. Yes, here we go. 10 megawatts now. I have a feeling I'm going to need... Yes, and our air's going up, because this is working now. Yay. So I think I'm going to need another solar panel. Let's double check what we need. I could probably use, based on the gear we've got left, a liquid processor. But, that's in here somewhere. Liquid processor? Liquid processor. Needs 100 ice. Alright. I wonder if we've got 100 worth of ice sitting in here. If not, we'll have to go get some. That won't be a major drama. No. Not a big issue, but... how much power does the liquid processor use? I don't think it uses any. Does it? It doesn't say. That's unhelpful. Well, I'm going to get some more ice and I'll be back then. I didn't particularly feel like collecting everything we needed one by one. We'll start with the ice and then see how we're going for space. I didn't do something silly like bring a bunch of iron that we already had. Cool. Ooh, yeah, I'll grab the copper while we're here. Yoink. I suppose that's less annoying than having to sit there for an animation. It does feel a touch lackluster, though. But then again, at least it's not punching trees, right? And your upgrade tools don't upgrade, so again, bonuses. Right. What was I doing? I was taking my ice back to make a liquid processor, because we're rapidly running out of water. And then once that's done, we'll need to get our food on the go. Over here. I also want to get a deconstructor, grab the other bit of the base out of there, and actually stick it where that is. So I need to move that, put the other bit of base there, stick it over. Oh, what was I doing? Machine constructor. Liquid processor. Yes, that needs ice. Transfer that over. And craft. I think I would quite like it if in a future update the dev could allow this to detect what's in your inventory and just pull it over if it wants it. I feel like that would be a better user experience thing. 3, where do we put this? Where can it fit? Yes, we definitely need more space, but for now, since I assume the deconstructor just lets me pick it up. Boom, right. Press E, and what does this do? This makes water out of ice. A lot of ice. Holy crap, that's a lot of ice. Right, in that case, I'm going to need to take my ice and put it in there. We need more ice. What's the other thing we need? A basic farm to plant seeds. Right, was basic farm over here? Yes, it was, and that needs iron bars. But what makes iron bars? Let's have a quick look at the datapad. Just the datapad tell me. No. Really not. Where are iron bars? Parts constructor? I'm feeling parts constructor. I'm guessing parts constructor. No, that also needs iron bars. What makes iron bars? Yeah, I really feel like the iron bars could be included in the tutorial. For stupid people like me. What makes the iron bar? Oh, I need to eat and drink. Which means I need to get some ice ASAP. Machine constructor, and that's that thing. Oh, we can get some storages. Cool, that'll be handy in a bit. Basic manufacturer. Is there a basic manufacturer? Basic refinery. Oh, you bastard. That'll be it. And that needs 5 megawatts of power, and needs 25 iron ore, 25 copper. Right. Easy. Easy peasy. Oh, I had that in my inventory. Yeah, again, if it could just detect that I'm carrying it, that would be handy. Could probably use a split by an exact value option. Basic refinery. Craft one. Also, I absolutely want a deconstructor, because I'm weird like that. I want to change things. Can I afford the deconstructor yet? Oh, I'm overweight. Well, it's just over here. Deconstructor. Yes, if I throw... No, I'm a few iron ore short on the deconstructor, but we can sort that out soon, I'm sure. Straight connector, basic refinery. Yes. Okay. 9 to get that on the bar, and 8 for that straight connector. Is there somewhere that suits my limited aesthetic senses for where this can go? Not really, because for some reason I've decided I want my next expansion to be this side. Right, let's quickly get some ice. You know what? I'm just going to put this refinery down. I can always pick it up later. Stick it on there. Yeah, insufficient power. Of fucking course. But at least I've got my inventory space back. Right, so tool constructor needs... Fortunately, we've got the copper ore for that. Craft one. Alright. Solar panel acquired. Let's go stick it next to its friend over here. Because apparently I've decided that this is going to be where my solar array is. Boom. And is that working enough? I assume we're pretending we're averaging it and just storing it. Yeah. We'll go with that. It could probably be... We'll just assume that's what's happening. Right. Now, quickly, ice. Was there ice down here? Yes, there was. Excellent. We need ice and iron. Huzzah! We are back. Right, let's throw the ice in there. And then we can start crafting water. Well, that does that. What do I need next? I need to use our basic refinery to make iron bars. And they each require 5 iron. Oh, liquid gold. You've crafted water from ice on Ceres. Yes. And that's given us another 8 million in funding. Cool. Let's just quickly grab that into our inventory. But just for when we need it. What was I doing? Okay. Iron ore. We will take the iron ore. We'll convert it into a bunch of blocks. Right. Transfer. Yes. And then we will... Yeah, craft... Ah. If I don't tell it to craft all, I can't serve fixed amount. Oh, no, I can serve fixed amount. Excellent. There we go. 4 and craft that. Thank you. Because what did I need? I needed to build the basic farm, which needs 20 blocks of ice. Far out. Okay. I'm on a bit of a tight time frame then. So 5 of the iron bars. Yep. Cool. That was on the list. Yep. There we go. Actually, what does a iron drill require? 5 iron bars. Okay, smart option is probably to get an iron drill. Then I can pop that on one of those thingies over one of those resource nodes, and that should give us an unlimited supply of iron. Yeah, let's do that. That seems like it's a smart choice. Real quick, and we'll pop over there. I'll give the game developer that the beasties look really fucking big. The sense of scale is excellent. Oh, we need to eat some food. Alright. 3... Oh, well, okay, that's bigger than I was expecting. But that's fine. This is going to use more power than I've got, isn't it? Yes, I didn't think through that terribly well. Drilling time, you've begun the first steps towards automation. Right. Now to drag my silly ass back to the building to get more power, because I forgot that. Because genius. So oxygen is under control. Water, we're mostly sorted on. I just need to keep supplying ice, which I think means I'm going to need an ice drill of some description. And then once that, then we are also in the process of dealing with the food. You know what? Let's craft both of those and get them out there. Okay. Do we have in this basic machine an ice drill? No. Okay. And the deconstructor needs those iron bars, which we were working on with. That's why we decided to get the drill up and running. Right. Get the 3 solar panels out. 2 solar panels. Good grief. It's not even that late in the day. Maybe that's the problem. I'm awake at a human hour. Right. Let's turn the power back on. Yeah, there we go. Now we've got some breathing room. Speaking of breathing room, but just in time. Yeah, so what do we need for that again? Yeah, oh, 50 iron ore for the deconstruction. Okay, I didn't need iron bars, so I just need ore. Have iron around. Well, that's going to sort out. Let's go see how quickly that's doing the job. I'll have some water, and I'll probably try and grab some ice from that resource. Now, don't you look at me. Go away. Iron drill. Status offline. Storage 0 out of 4, really? Huh. So these can go on... Wait, do these consume power while they're on or while they're off? Because the power grid shut down the second I placed this. Okay, that's not right. It shouldn't be switching off the power based on the maximum possible draw, but the actual draw. Okay. Oh, it's for slots to fill. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. While we're over here, let's get some ice. Yes, we need an ice drill. Wanting 50 from this to build that deconstructed. Not for any good reason, just because I'm being annoying about... Oh, it's deselecting it every time it increases. That's not helpful. Okay, I'm going to have to stop the machine just to take the iron. And apparently, sometimes it freaks out. Okay. I did get the iron. Right, let's head back. And we're inside, getting some oxygen. I want to move this off this wall and put another habitat there. So that's why I'm collecting iron. Or trying to anyway for this thing. Super quick. What am I doing? What am I trying to do? I was after making water. Yes. Transfer that in. You know what? I'll just make the maximum. There's no need not to. And we're definitely running low on food. We've only got one more MRE left. So I'm very quickly going to have to focus on that. So, what do we need? Blocks of ice. Crap. Yeah, we don't have an ice drill or anything, so I'm going to have to go out and get ice super quick. And I need... What do I need? How much do we need to make the blocks? So it's 5 ice per block. And we need 20 blocks. So... lots. We'll take that with us. In fact, we'll take that out. We'll take the water. The water on the hotbar. Consumables potentially could stay as ghosted in the hotbar, so I don't have to reset them every time, but that's just potentially. Oh, I can shove this into the machine inventory. That'll give us some more space. Mission control. Probably could build that mission control anytime. Again, I want that stupid thing off there because I'm being annoying. Let's go get the iron out of... So there should be more than enough iron to build the deconstructor. And then I can place down all the things that I've been putting off because I'm just being annoying about it. Ah, excellent. That is working very well. Transfer all that out. Yeah, so that's a bug. The text here doesn't update sometimes. But it's not game breaking or anything. Developer, if you do happen to watch this video, it's not a game breaking bug, but does need fixing. Thank you. I need to hurry up on the old food production, but imminent, I tell you. What do we need? Split half. If I transfer that out, split the half, transfer that in, that should be exactly enough to craft that, and then I can put all the rest of the iron in here. That in theory works. And then I'll just tell it to craft everything. Alright, deconstructor, yes. I wanted the deconstructor this whole time. Right, put that on 0 because I probably won't need it much. And then... Aha! I can just take the oxygen. Cool. Right, what do we have in the inventory? We have... workshop and mission control. What the fuck was that noise? Oh, that was my stomach, apparently. Mission control has 3 additional snap points. Sorry, the workshop has 3 additional snap points. Mission control is just used from... Okay, so we'll just throw those on the keyboard. Does mission control go inside, or is it its own building? It's its own building. Cool. And it only seems to have 1 point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly run over here and get the other 4-way base bit. Yeah, the hub. That's what it's called. And I've got a hallway, so... You know what? I'm going to try hallwaying things up. There we go. Where is the hub bit? Let's put that on 8. Yes, that can go there. Mission control. You know, it strikes my fancy that I would like mission control to be there. Oh, and I probably should have placed the workshop while I was out there. Around the back. Actually, I think there's more doors in here. So if I can get the doors, I can at least have a back door to the base. Yes, there we go. Just one. Which should be fine for now, because I can always move it around as I need it. Oh, what am I doing? I'm getting lost on the keyboard. So that's mission control. It's got nice windows. Maybe I want to move that, so I can look at better cool things out the window. So what do we got on mission control? We have mission status. Cool. And then upstairs here we have terraforming, cool, information, rocket management. Excellent. And colonist management. Aha. Excellent. Right. Adding the workshop. Can I? Oh, I can just snap that on from in here. That's handy. What is that having issues running into? That's having issues running into... fuck. The... what the hell is it? It is the refinery. Actually, you know what? Because I'm gonna place the workshop here and move the refinery back. To do that, I'm probably gonna have to grab everything out. And then hit 0. Cool. Right. One workshop. Is it me that's blocking it or something else? It's just... Holy crap. That's massive. Okay. Well, oh, and I'm low on oxygen. Shoot, run back in the building. I'm low on oxygen. I was in the building earlier. Are these buildings turning off the power? No, they seem to be lit. I just didn't stay in there long enough, did I? Oh, no, dumbass. I took the oxygen thing into my... what the hell is it? Inventory. For now, the oxygen doobie can go on the wall here. There we go. Now we're breathing again. Duh, well done, Brian. Right, what else do we have? We need to get the basic refinery back down again. And then I need to go sort out food rather than stuffing about. Right, I need tons and tons of ice. So iron bars are selling themselves out. Oh, right, I need to make some ice bricks, which... refinery's down here. Cool. Shove that all in there. Yes, cool. I've gotten all 20 I need. What else do I need? Right, I needed iron blocks, so I need to quickly go visit the drills. Okay. Storage use 3 out of 4. Yeah, this is working excellently in the background. Transfer all that into my pocket. And get the machine running again. And back we go. Can I knock the oxygen thingy off the wall from outside? Yes. And I want to make that the door. And then not be a complete idiot. And put the oxygen generator back on the wall. There we go. Right. Come on, farm. Iron bars, blocks of ice. The ice is in progress. Might actually be done by now. And then we'll throw in... Yes. Transfer that out. Transfer all this dang iron in. And you know what? I'm just going to tell it to make everything it's got. Yeah, I can just pull those out as it goes. Just need 5 to get started, I believe. Yep, grab that. And I've gained a level. I may die because I've been faffing around rather than focusing on getting the farm done. Transfer. Oh, apparently I had more iron bars than I thought. Build 1 farm. Farm. And pop that on the hotbar again. Right. Where do I want the farm to go? For now, I think I will put the farm off there. Oh, frack. Insufficient power. Damn it. I didn't pay attention again. And that needs copper ore that I don't have. I'm definitely going to die of starvation. Because I'm an idiot and I faffed about. Yep, there we go. Right. Back inside with all our copper. Let's get some more solar panels on the go. And we'll see what happens when you die of starvation. If it's just a complete game over if I get respawned somewhere. What an idiot I am. Yeah, and I don't hear anyone objecting. Yep, there we go. I'm taking health damage now. Right, what do I want? I want that on there. I'll grab the other one since it's done while I was faffing about. Yep, slowly taking health damage, so that's something at least. It gives you an additional timer. You know what? I'll build these going down like that now, because I just think that looks fancy. Then I need to build a farm. Well, I've built the farm, now I need to put some seeds in there. And then apparently I need a food processor, and God knows if I'm going to be able to afford that. Basic farm stations, right. Potato seeds. Oh, what happened? I reached level 10 in the background, apparently. And that gave us 12 million in funding. Right, okay. Place the seeds, place the seeds, place the seeds. Yep, this is just randomly going to grow in the background. Irrigation offline, right. Do I need to put this water in there just for the irrigation? Start machine. Okay. No resources. Does it not like my purified water? It requires ice to make the irrigation function. Okay. Cool, it uses ice directly. That's something at least. It's no complete pain. Did I have any ice left around, or did I use it all for something? Oh, there's some ice. That can stay there. Ice. Pop that in the plots, and we'll see how long it takes to grow. Slowly losing health, which is not good. Transfer that. Start machine. Alright, how's the... Oh, 10% growth on the potato plant. Right, well that's working on that. I need to go have a look at a food processor. So I can actually do something with the food once I get it. Was the food processor in here? The seed extractor was. Food processor. Yeah, there we go. And that just needs 10 iron bars. That's easy. Okay, I didn't even notice I could click and drag. Whoopsie. Right, food processor. Craft one of those, please. Yeah, the insides of these look really cool. It's just a shame about the outsides of the machines. There we go. One food processor. How much does that use? Any power? It does not say. If it's like the rest of these, it probably won't. Can I just shove that in the farm? Yes, but it'll look untidy. If I leave that here in this giant workshop... Right, so that can take potatoes and bake them. Which will then give us food once... Okay, that's at 40%. I might just be able to make it. I should probably go get more ice. Yes, I think that needs more ice. Because I'm running low on water for me anyway. Alright, we're back in the farm to check on things. How are they going? 70% growth. While I was out, I grabbed the iron from the drill and some more ice. Yes, irrigate. Irrigate. I'm looking forward to seeing what the colonists can do once we unlock them. Hopefully they can do things like go to ice drills, which I don't have one yet, but hopefully we can get one of those soon. But hopefully they'll be able to go to the ice drill, get the resources, stick them in the farm for irrigation, and similar things like iron and the refineries, and those need to go away. Just out of the corner of my eye, bug. Trim would love this, giant bugs. They're his favourite things. Right, nothing in here is doing anything at the moment, so let me suggest while everything grows, do a quick rearrange. Right, hopefully we've got some potatoes grown. Yes, they've matured, thank God. And we've completed a milestone, excellent. We'll also need seed extractors, so I shouldn't eat all the potatoes. But we will absolutely get this started. We'll split it in half, I guess. Transfer the larger half, and turn those into cooked potatoes. So how long does that take to cook again? It doesn't say, but it increases food meter by 25, which I'm very much looking forward to, because I've been slowly dying for the last while. Right. We have acquired one baked potato. Put that on the 7 key, because, or try to, because I'm forgetful. Down there. And, oh, thank God. No longer technically dying. And we'll eat one more. Excellent. Right. Now then, seed constructor thingy. Seed extractor. That needs 10 iron bars. I believe I shoved a bunch of crap in the refinery earlier. Yes. Oh, I had 10 iron bars on me anyway. All this stuff can just go over anyway. Because why not? Right. Machine constructor. Stick that all the iron bars in, and seed extractor. And that will be with us in about 10 seconds. Alright. I assume that can go over here next to the food processor and the water thing if it will fit. Why does it not want to fit? Why do you not want to go in there? Is it the light? Is the roof light getting in the way? Now I'll change this so it looks prettier. Slightly more organised. There you go, seed extractor, potato seeds, out of potatoes, cool. Yeah, I'll shove the whole lot in there for now. That's a fun noise. Food processor is literally just a fucking microwave on a box. Huh? Oh dear. Right, so that is our food and water under control. There's the seeds. Right, so I exported a rocket back to Earth. Tip, exploring manufactured goods is the best way to earn funding based on iron value. Funding is used to unlock technologies and upgrades. To begin exploring, you will need a fuel refinery to make rocket fuel and a grinder to make coal. You need a landing pad to import more rockets, and you can call rockets in from the mission control room. Right, so that's how we can get supplies delivered, I guess. Funding. Possibly also colonists. That'll be interesting. Right, fuel refinery. Is that under basic base construction? Basic manufacture is under there. Oh Christ, iron dust is needed. I assume that comes from the grinder. Fuel refinery needs iron bars and copper bars. Okay, know how to make those. Research stations exist. That's cool. Let's get some iron bars, and I will build a storage real quickly, because I want to get rid of that old pickaxe that I don't need anymore from my inventory. Alright, I think the seed extractor was done, so while we wait for other things to do their stuff, let's real quickly plant some seeds. Just to keep sure that can go on in the background. Yes. Again, I'm hoping colonists can do this for me, because it's a touch tedious in the future. There we go. We now have food and water and air. Hallelujah. Right. Storage. Where's a good spot for that? Just... will it fit in the hallway? Actually, no. Storage probably is good near here at the door. There we go. And it's got shelves. Does it actually show the things? It shows something at least. Not the exact thing, but something. Something is good. Something beats nothing. Right. Copper ore is needed for... what are we after? The fuel refinery. It needs copper bars. Do we have any copper just sitting around the base? Oh, no, I don't think we do. Right, so I need to go on a quick copper hunting adventure. Ooh, I found another drop pod just hiding out in the corner. Supply pod. Ooh, this has got... oh, it's got copper dust and iron dust. Parts package. Oh, hell yes. This is cool. Maybe I need to go check out the other one that was down below. The data pad. Let's have a look at what the data pad has to say. This supply drop will save you as you progress to your base. Oh, that was creepy. Parts will require for manufacturing gear and creating high-tier export goods. Exploring high-tier packages will be critical in firing funding. Once you have your air, thirst, and food meals under control, it is advised you to begin manufacturing goods for export. Okay, cool. Fuck off, you guys. Right, now down here somewhere... in addition to this, which I will absolutely just take, there was a flashy light over here somewhere. If you remember right back at the beginning of the recording. So I'm very curious to see what was in that. Here it is. I went here as far away as I expected. I should have come here earlier. This has, yeah, a bunch of blocks. Oh, there's the copper bars I wanted. Hell yes. What a score. Bronze bars as well. Ice blocks. Oh, my dumbass should have come here earlier. Basic resources. Yeah. I'm glad you found this supply drop of essential resources. Crafting will be vital to your survival, and these essential resources should help you get your base off the ground quickly. Don't forget to acquire Jills. Yes, that would have been silent. Can I delete this and take it with me? No. Ah, salvage pod. Yes. And that gives us iron bars and copper bars. Oh, hell yeah. Salvage the beacon. You found and salvaged your first supply beacon. You are. Whoopsie. we accidentally grammared Mr. Dev. Huzzah, we've made it back to the base. Right. Now then, we need a fuel refinery. And I've turned myself around. Which way are we going? This way. A fuel refinery and a grinder over at the basic base constructor. Is... Okay. Basic refinery, fuel refinery, there we go. Pop in 5 copper bars. Boom. There we go. That sped things up a bit. And then is machine constructor has the grinder. Yeah, we'll throw all that in. Throw some of that in for the part. Craft one of those. Right, machine inventory. So there's our fuel refinery. And there is our grinder. Okay. Fuel refinery uses 5 megawatts of power. The grinder can just be placed anywhere, so shove that here. And I assume that's how we get those powders that we found earlier. Yes, it is. And coal, of course. So, how's our power situation going? Consumption 27, production 35. Okay, excellent. So a fuel refinery will not put us above consumption. Do I want that down the end of this hallway? I'm thinking I do. I see no reason I can't put that here. So what does the fuel refinery need? It uses ice and coal. Right. So ice, relatively simple. But we also need the coal. And what did coal need? Coal needs ice and copper ore. Huh. Righto. So copper ore. Conveniently, I've got a bunch of copper ore. I don't have a huge amount in ice. But it's not the hardest thing to find. Did I have any left in the liquid processor? No. How's the farm coming along? Nothing's growing because I'm an idiot and forgot to turn it on. Well done. Alrighty, some ice acquired later, and we need... How much coal do we need for the rocket fuel? I think it was just however much we've got. We'll transfer that in there, and we will... Tell it to make 20 coal. It apparently can only do 17. That's cool. You type in too much and it goes in. Now, if it's in the craft hole, I probably wouldn't notice. We'll go for 10 then. Excellent. That sounds like an angle grinder specifically. So, we also needed... What do we need? It was a... Oh, that's the wrong bit room. What do we need? We needed more ice to go. So there was some ice left in the thing. So export rocket back to Earth. That's the rocket out there, so... we'll take the excess ice out of here. And slowly the coal's coming along. So we'll just leave that for a moment. Go check in on farm. Farm's coming along nicely. Excellent. Right. I could really use an ice and ore copper miner. So what we need? Well basic manufacturers look handy, and research stations look handy. So that needs a total of 16 megawatts of power for the 2 of those. Iron dust, copper dust... Simply the wire and bolts get used at some point. So research station needs iron ore and ice. I probably should have got that already. So I got iron ore on me and I've got ice on me. Let's craft a research station. We also could use more hubs, I suppose, or T-shaped connectors. Don't know. Alright, 1 research station. Provided that's stopped, we'll grab the stuff out of there. Let's see, where's a good spot for a research station? Off the same bit of hub as... That strikes me as interesting as the control center. And... Toggle Skycam. Oh, okay. That's cool. That's nifty. And then research station. Oh, insufficient power. And I'm running low on water. Fortunately, I've got some in my pocket. Silly me, forgot the power situation again. Tool and power construction. Needs a bunch of copper ore. I have some copper ore. Craft. Alright, solar panel in hand. Let's go and do my latest fuck up. Right. Just need to turn that on real quick. And... what the hell was I? Research station, yes. I need ice and copper miners. Presumably, I can start researching them over here. Available funding, 64 million, technology unlocked of 180, right. Drill/storage upgrades. Okay. Select building category. Machine blueprint unlocks. Right. Right, okay, here we go. Now we can see what we have. What's available? One floor teleporters, pilgrim quarters. Blueprint can unlocks. Ah, connectors, cool. And the workshop. Out we already got a workshop. Right, machine constructors. Okay, so this is copper drill and ice drill. Yes, we need the ice drill and the copper drill. That's been an absolute pain in my tush. Then we can get dolomite, obsidian, platinum. Just okay, that's fun. Tool and power constructors. What else can we get? Power displays. That might be handy. Okay. Wind turbine that could generate 10 megawatts of power. Could also be handy. Assorted varieties of picks. Hydropower converters. That could come in handy far down the track. We can unlock different kinds of food. Different kinds of parts. That's handy. That'll come in later. Filter learn technologies. Okay, now we can only see the unlocks. The stuff we need to unlock. That is good. And we can also upgrade the drills. That could be very handy. But for now, I need to go find the... oh, we gained funding for completing a milestone. Excellent. So, first thing I need to do is build a copper and ice drill. That's going to make life a lot easier. Machine? Yes, what do they need? Ice by 50 and copper bar by 5. Conveniently, I've got a copper bar by 5. Craft that. And then 50 ice. I mean, yeah. Well, I'll take the copper miner and place that next to the field I'm going to get the ice from. Alrighty. I've popped out of the base to get the copper drill down and to pick up some of the ice in order to build the ice drill. But I've just realised I forgot to check the power again, so we'll see how that goes. Yep, I've oopsied all over that. Right. Huzzah! Power on just before I start dying from running out of air. Alrighty then. Where was I at? I was looking into rocket fuel, wasn't I? I think I was anyway. Oh, no, I was working on an ice drill. And then so I could work on the rocket fuel. Oh, right. Now you've got our ice drill. We're just going to use 4 megawatts of power. This time I'm going to check how the power situation's going. Consumption 50. Production 50, consumption 42. But the other two are off. Oh, whoops, I gotta take a quick drink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out there and place them and turn them on and see if that causes everything to collapse. Alright, there we go. There's ice on the go. I'm very much looking forward to that. Turn the machine on. And then we are going to turn on copper. And we will turn on iron and see if that accidentally collapses the power grid. We'll take all that iron with us. Alright, I've gained another level apparently. I'm looking forward to figuring out what the hell I can do with those levels though. I won't be surprised if there's something super simple that I've missed. Pick up that iron ore. Right, let's grab some of the ice. How's that coming along? Very nicely. Yoink. And copper. Also coming along nicely. I also want to investigate a, what was it called? Basic base constructor. A basic manufacturer. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to get one of those, and that needs 10 megawatts of power, so I need to build 2 solar panels for that. I can queue it to start crafting, so I'll just do that. I'll also queue up some rocket fuel. Here we go. Right, what do we need? Coal, so there's some coal. Here's a bunch of ice, and we'll craft what we can for that, and while that works on it, we'll go check out the farm, because I'm apparently out of food. And water. So we'll need to go back to the ice mine shortly. Oh, rocket science. We've created rocket fuel and we'll begin exploiting soon. Awesome. Right. Potato, 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 potato. Some for the food process, some for the seed extractor. Splits in half. 10 into there. Craft the potatoes. The rest can go in here. And we'll craft our baked potato. Right. What was I doing? So the basic manufacturer is ready. So I need 10 2 solar panels for the 10 megawatts. Thank you, Bright. Alright, let's have a quick look at this supply point and see what's in it. A teleporter to add a second level. And the basic... Fuck me, the basic refinery's there. Been there the whole time. I am blind. Blind as a post. Well, we'll take the stuff. And salvage the pod. Alright, I've placed a couple more solar panels. Let's get this basic manufactory out. So, I think a good spot to stick it might be on the end of the refinery. Yep, awesome. And what can this make? It's fancy. This can make tier 1 exports. And they each one yields 25 million in funding. Okay, cool. And it's just 5 iron bar, 5 copper bar. Cool, so that's what we need to stick on our rocket. Fantastic. There's the refinery. Might as well bring the fuel with me, just for later. And since we're just going to need copper and iron bars, well, we've got a few in the process already, but let's make some more. Yeah, let's craft all that iron, because we've got a drill full of it outside anyway. Our food processor has done. We've got some potatoes. I've not put them on the thing properly. Yeah, whoopsie. Now we've got some seeds as well. So we'll plant those seeds, and then we'll go check out the ice and copper drills, because that should let us get the irrigation running, as well as get some copper bars queued up for export. Should be nice. And it looks like, yeah, we're slowly increasing the amount of potatoes we have, so that's very handy. And I will need some water shortly, so we will go check out that set of drills. Just so we can immediately get onto the water issue. Ice drill 1. 3 out of 4 storage. Nice. Still gaining levels just for running around, which is handy. So, while I'm looking at it, well, let's have a look at this teleporter. So, okay, this randomly attaches to things, does it? So it needs to snap to the outside. I see. Oh, okay, what if I replace... deconstructing, yes. I need to replace and flip the breaker, yes. So let's put out this floor teleporter, yes. What do I have? I could use another base piece, but for now, let's just quickly get the power back on. Just so we're not losing that. There's a good spot for power. 2. Will it fit there? No, but it will fit here. Fantastic. Power that breaker. And base is back online. Back at home. So, with the extra copper and ice I've acquired... here's the teleporter. Just quickly jump up and down. Cool. Very schmancy. Right. I wanted to come in here. Get more ice into the liquid... Actually, let me check on the farm. How's the farm doing for ice? Farm is doing poorly for ice. So, we'll split that in half. Half into the irrigation, and we'll put the other half into the water. The liquid process to make some water for us. Yoink. Alright. Now I need to make some copper bars. And then we should be getting good to export. Oh, I've got some copper bars and iron bars already. Let's have a look at the manufactory. And see... And just make a couple of things for export. And then we'll go have a look at the rocket. Yeah, so it's 5 each for one of those. Well, we'll craft that for now. And we'll go have a look at the control room and see what that has to say about rockets. We might also check out the research bay. Alright, welcome to the control room. Where is the rockets system? That's terraforming. Rocket management. Okay, no valid landing pads to call in. Yeah, so call in resupply or passenger rocket if... Right. So to export the rocket, I assume I have to go deal with it manually. So that's going to require some hands-on work. Well, let's have a look at this landing pad. That just requires 5 copper bar. Okay, there should be 5 copper bar in not too long. Alright, we'll just take that copper bar with us. Take some iron bar just for fun, and we'll leave that while we get this landing pad sorted. Yeah, that can all just go over there for now. Craft 1. So I assume this connects to the base. Yeah. It looks like it's got a connecty door. So where's a good spot to actually deploy it? Because we had over here the power distribution. It doesn't want to work off that door. Okay, if I remove this door... this was probably a good place for the landing pad. Yeah, because now I've got a door, but also a landing pad. Unregistered landing pad. Registered landing pad. Landing pad 9. Landing pad 1, because I'm thinking no work too good. And we got 8 minutes for that. You registered landing pad. Time to call in a rocket. Yes. We can do that directly, can't we? Let's have a look. Yeah, we could call in a cargo rocket with assorted materials. That's handy dandy. With food, other assorted things. Prefabs. Ooh, prefabs. Now that could come in very handy. But I don't think we need anything. Let's have a quick look in the research room while we're down here. There's that wind turbine I wanted to have a look at. Right, what else do we have in here? Grinder, blueprints. Food processor blueprints. Liquid price. Oh, oxygen tanks. We could absolutely use a blueprint for some oxygen tanks. Definitely need that. Parts constructors have frames and other parts, I assume. Yeah. How's about the seed extractor? Yeah. So we can get blueprints for all the different seeds. We'll just go ahead and do that. Dual slash storage upgrades. I don't think we need to increase the storage just yet. That's a touch expensive. Okay, basic manufacturer blueprint unlocks. Jump boots, speed boots, exports, anti-gravity backpacks that give a lovely amount of weight capacity. That's probably very expensive. And, ooh, armored chest plate, which gives you plus 100 maximum health points. That's fancy. Silly upgrades, basic farm, decrease ice cost, and refuel refinery, cut rocket fuel resources in half. Ooh, oh, am I hungry? Fortunately, I've got some food on me. Also thirsty, but same. Right, so there's the rocket pad. We need to export a rocket, so I need to get some export supplies, and then we'll go over and have a look at the rocket. I want to look at the manufacturer here. And we'll just pop those over. And craft 4. So once all 4 are done, we can go have a look at the rocket. Alright, so all of the tier 1 exports are done, so let's grab those and put them in our pocket. And then we will go have a look at the rocket that we came in on. Another level gained. I still have no idea what to do with levels. There's nothing in the pause menu, is there? There's a cheat menu. But we don't want that. At least not at the moment. Is there anything in... I wonder if there's something in mission control. Fortunately, mission control's on our way. Is there something in mission control that talks about us? I don't think so. There's... terraforming, colonists, mission status. Okay, there we go. Now, the next requirements reach brigand colonization, mess hall, barracks, rec room. Okay, and then we've got all these that we've also already achieved. Name a storage container as well. We've got a storage container. I might name that later. Right. Which way do we want to go? This way. Let's go have a look at that rocket. Oh, right. We are back at the rocket. Let's see what we've got. Right. So how does this work? Status no fuel. Rocket storage. Okay, rocket use to extort goods and bring colonists to your colony. Place rocket fuel in the cargo hold to fuel rockets travel back to Earth. Right. So, rocket fuel, if I put the rocket fuel in, okay, I need 5 more. And I might as well, while I'm here, put all these goods for export in the rocket. And then I will go acquire 5 more rocket fuel. And when that's done, we'll be back. Alright, as I run by, let's rename this storage. It's not right by the front door, so I'll call it the key bowl. And that can just be where I store assorted crap. There we go, and that's given us a milestone. Register the storage. You registered your first... You are, again. That's the second time an achievement's had the wrong "you're" on it. Alright, I've got some more rocket fuel. And we're back at the rocket. Let's chuck that in there and launch it. Now then, do I need to get out? And then it'll take off? How does this work? I press launch. We'll launch when Pilgrim vacates the area. Okay. So I need to get a considerable distance away, do I? There we go. And we're blasting off. Export goods. You send a rocket home with exports. 8 million funds gained. Awesome. Well, as we watch the rocket fly away, there's probably a good place to leave it for this episode. I would have liked to have get on some colonists to see how they work. But, unfortunately, I have other things that need to get done today, and only so long to get this video out if it's going to be out before the game releases. Thoughts? It seems reasonably competent. There are a few areas that could use improvement. One, some of the machines in the base could probably use texture work to look a little less like literally a microwave stuck on a table with just a random texture over the rest of the table, things like that. What else is there? I mean, I don't really think I've really got any complaints. I mean, I could probably use a pickaxe animation, but I don't know if that's really necessary. Or if that's wanted. Those are effectively creepy. So that's a good start. Yeah, you know what? I'll probably come back to this, if only to get the damn columns to see how they work. I'm very curious to see how the columns work. So that means they're coming back. We've got good 2 hours of playtime out. So do I recommend or not? It depends on the price. Let me have a look at the Steam page real quick and see if it's got a price yet. It doesn't have a price yet on the Steam page, so I guess that depends. Whether I recommend this is going to depend on the price. If it's and trying to think what a good price would be. But I suppose that's something that that everyone is going to have to figure out for themselves. This definitely isn't going to be a AAA price tag, and I'm not sure it wants to do the same thing as Manor Lords has and make their price tag 60 Australian dollars. It'd probably have to be under 40 Australian dollars, I reckon, for me. Your mileage may vary on that one, but it's, I don't know. Tenner might be a touch low, because it's clearly had more than that worth of work put into it. I also don't know how 20 works in the currency conversion for the dev. 20 US dollars maybe? Maybe that's a good price. I'm not sure. It's definitely worth playing if you can get it at a price. Some of the games we've played are just not worth playing at all, but if this one is available at a price tag that interests you, yeah, why not? Might be able to have a bit of fun with it. I'm very curious to see how combat with the enemies works and how the colonists work. Maybe you'll want to see if they're... Maybe you'll want to check out the second video before you jump on it if you're interested in the colonists and the combat, because we're not going to get there today, and that might be the decider. Yeah, I don't really have anything more to say. I've enjoyed my time here with surviving Ceres, and it hasn't felt wasteful at all. There's been a few things that have gone in the way. The tutorial could probably elaborate on a couple of things a bit easier, a bit more. Like, it could probably specifically include a tutorial section on building the research thing and the extra drills, but that's just because I'm blind and missed it. But yeah, that'd probably be my recommendation. Put a bit in the tutorial about the research outpost, quite a bit before this, somewhere after the refineries and things. But yeah, for now, thank you for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope that the game is going to release at a price point that encourages people to buy it. And hopefully we will be back sometime soon for a look at the colonists. Thank you, everybody, and goodbye.